have relief coming, though. That's the good news.
Yes, we are still tracking a cold front. We've been talking about this now for the last several days. It's still in the forecast. In fact,
still on track?
Yes, and it's speeding up.
And thanks for calling it a cold front. Not like, oh, it's a cool front. We're going with cold.
Hey,
I like that.
David's back tomorrow. He's probably going to call it a cool front.
It's going to feel a lot better than what it does right now, though.
Yes,
Bottom line.
yes, that's definitely going to be the case eventually, and also temporary. It's all very temporary, but eventually things will have to go that way. Temperatures will go back down eventually, but we definitely made it to 100 degrees today, so we're on a roll now. Mid and upper 90s in the northeast, low 100s across parts of northern, central, all of southern Oklahoma. It has been very hot, so we're adding another one to the 100-degree column. So now 13 days here in Oklahoma City and 51 days where we've had at least 90 degrees here in Oklahoma City, but still doing better than last year. But we're still also looking at more heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, at least for the next couple of days, especially across eastern Oklahoma, because that's where the dew points have been a lot higher. So it's going to feel just a little bit more miserable out there. But in western Oklahoma, no advisories, but it's still going to be hot. It's just going to be less humid. So this is our Regency camera of our Lucky Star Skycam network. Clear skies, 89 degrees, an east wind at 13 miles an hour. But with the dew point climbing up to 72, it feels more like 97 degrees. Even after 10 o'clock. Temperatures in the low and upper 80s across the north, lots of upper 80s and low 90s across the far south, but heat indices still very much a factor. It still feels like the low to upper 90s across much of the state with a southeast wind between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. From time to time, we're getting gusts a little bit higher than that, but really just not a whole lot of relief. But you can clearly see where the heat dome is. Lots of excessive heat warnings, heat advisories all over the central part of the country. So jet stream well to the north. We don't have any big time storm systems heading our way, at least not until we get into the weekend. And it's not even going to be that big time, but it's going to make a big difference at least. We're going to notice it, that's for sure. So staying hot at least through the weekend, but the cold front, it's at least going to be dropping into the state by Saturday, but probably not making it into the metro until probably early Sunday. Nonetheless, it will make it through by Sunday night and will also bring some rain chances. Rain chances don't look great. It's not going to be widespread, but we will see some scattered showers and thunderstorms with it. Behind it, some cooler air. We're talking about temperatures dropping into the upper 80s and low 90s, so not cool, but still a big difference compared to what we have been seeing as of late. But again, that's also very temporary. Eventually, the heat dome does come back, but the good news is the heat dome doesn't look nearly as strong as what it has been as of late, so temperatures should be back in the 90s, but we could be eventually getting rid of those low 100s. So as we get past that cold front, Monday into Tuesday, not so bad. I think a lot of us, especially along and north of I-40, temperatures will be in the upper 80s, but across southern Oklahoma, temperatures in the 90s. But again, the southern half of the state, we've been staying in the low 100s, so that's going to be a difference for them as well. So tonight, temperatures dropping down to about 76 in Oklahoma City, 75 in Ponca City, 79 in Ardmore, about 78 tomorrow morning in Sallisaw. Tomorrow afternoon looks hot again. 101 in Oklahoma City, 101 in Stillwater, 99 in Ponca City, 99 in Clinton, 103 in Lawton, 101 tomorrow afternoon in Altus. There is still some data that is bringing a couple of isolated showers and storms across eastern and southeast Oklahoma, but again, very isolated. Most locations will end up staying dry. But if we do get a storm, great, but probably not going to get a whole lot around out of it. Friday afternoon, 102 degrees, so warming up a little bit in some spots. 102 in Stillwater, 102 degrees in Tulsa, 103 in McAllister, 103 degrees in Ardmore, 104 in Lawton, and that wind still coming in out of the south. It's not going to be very strong. We're going to have a little bit more breeze in western Oklahoma between about 10 to 20 miles an hour, and we still have some rain chances in the forecast, but they're still not all that great. And they're also going to be confined to southeast Oklahoma, but dropping it to about 10%. So even smaller chance if we do get some isolated rain and storms out of that down there. Saturday afternoon, here comes the front, but again, it's going to kind of hold off just to the north, I think, for a little while longer. So it's still going to be a hot day. Still not a whole lot of wind. 101 in Stillwater, 102 in Oklahoma City, 103 in Lawton. But the cold front eventually comes through sometime on Sunday. So there's your slight chance of storms. Highs in the upper 80s on Monday with 90s returning, but not too high in the 90s next week. Carl, back to you.
Cassie, thank you.